Today I got super intimidated when I was told that the guest is this guy, because what I'm doing now, he's done countless times on every single channel he can imagine. And apart from that, he still found time to be a pioneer in the house music game. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. I've got Sir LSG in the house. Yeah. Big bro, how are you?
Yo, what's up, brother?
Easy, man. So good to see you.
Good to see you, man. Thank you.
Fire set, obviously. You click over here, you listen to it, and then you come back because I need you to do that first, man. That was amazing, man.
Thank you, bro.
I'm not a deep house person. Well, I'm a house person, but like, you get what I'm saying. I'm more Afro than deep house, but I always enjoy it when I found a deep house person that just does what you did. And it rarely happens. It happens now and again. So thank you so much for that amazing set, bro. How are you doing?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Can't complain. You know, we're here pushing this house music thing. And I love what you do here. You know, it's something that is needed. We need more of these things for the scene, just in general, to grow house music in SA, you know?
Yeah. Hey, man, I keep encouraging that because I always felt as though content is like everything right now, right? And here, I can tell you what it is about house music, but we like to play it very calm, unlike more commercial genres that are like all over. They're doing interviews, they're doing radio tours, they're doing all of that. So I'm going to start with that because obviously you've done something that inspired this too, you know, the Bread4Soul sessions. I always get ahead of myself when I get excited. Let's start it fresh. Please introduce yourself and let us know where you're from.
Yeah, so my name is LSG.
Yeah.
I'm originally from Mafikeng, but I'm based in Joburg now for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And I'm the founder of Bread4Soul, you know, which you just mentioned.
Yes.
Which is basically now has become a music entity where we do events, we do what you do here with the podcast, you know, and recently started it as a label. And
nice.
Yeah, 2023 will be starting to churn out some releases from that label.
That's dope.
Yeah, so in a nutshell, that's what I do.
Yeah, and so much more. And we're not going to have enough time to cover your whole career in words. But where does your house music journey start? Like, where did it begin for you?
So house music for me, I would say middle school. They had been just this obsession about house music compilations, you know, from the legends, DJ Fresh, Vinny, you name them, Mosquito, all of the Grootmans that have actually created something that we see now, you know, and we can see other people taking it to next frontiers. So house music for me started really in middle school compilations, but I really got into doing or getting to be part of the music scene in my first year. So I was studying to be an electrical engineer.
Serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was at WITS 2006. And 2 years spent there. And I was like, okay, the music thing has got, you know, bitten me, you know, the music bug. So yeah, I started 2006 as a DJ. And I've been doing it ever since.
Nice. So second year at WITS, were you making money before deciding to do the music thing?
Absolutely not.
You weren't making money?
I was making zero. I was spending money.
Hey, man.
So, 2006, we started just collecting records, putting together some turntables, mini hi-fis at Reds.
Who's we?
So it's myself and 4 friends of mine from Mafikeng.
Okay.
Many of them are no longer playing. You know, they play on the side because some of them have eventually become engineers and stuff like that. But yeah, so I started collecting records then, 2006, and I was spending half of my allowance on buying new records.
Yeah.
So absolutely not making money.
And what are your parents saying around these times?
So I think I've been fortunate to have supportive parents because after not doing well in my second year, they were like, okay, but you can't stay at home. Like, what do you want to do? You know, and I saw that as a window of opportunity because at first I was afraid that they might not agree with the music thing, you know, but they were like, okay, what do you want to do? You know, you can't stay here. So
Yeah.
you better go find something to do. That's when I enrolled with Soul Candy Institute of Music.
Okay.
This was 2008. And I've been doing like different courses like sound engineering and started working for a TV company. You know, but I was doing that while still pursuing the music thing. So I've always been like having these two things happening, a life that can kind of sustain me. I can pay bills, I can rent a flat, whatever. And then after work, I could go back to making beats. So I've
okay.
been living this life. Yeah.
Oh no, man! Congratulations to you. A lot of people don't make it, eh? A lot of people don't make it. A lot try. It takes resilience. I can hear in your story. So, when I discovered you, it was around the hit refresh times, nah?
Yeah.
With DJ strategy. Was that your big break? Like when things really like you were like, no, I'm here now.
I don't know. I think I don't think I've had my big break yet.
Oh, serious? It's still coming after
Yeah.
everything you've done.
It's still
Hectic.
coming. No, you know what? Like I
Okay.
think it's relative. You know, like you reach a certain level, and then there's always at the next level to reach. You know, but I started working for DJ Strategy in 2010, and I think I worked for him for like 10 years. You know, doing different things in TV. You know?
Oh, okay.
TV directing and studio operating at some point for the show and organizing DJs for Hit Refresh. So I've been doing this TV production thing for him while still doing the music thing. But yes, that's where I met a lot of my colleagues, you know, and a lot of people that I've been a fan of who came to the show. We started networking and stuff like that. But yeah, in terms of the big break, I think it's still coming, honestly.
No?
Yeah.
No, massive shout out.
is,
Massive shout out for that. So when you say it's still coming, how's the house music landscape looking for you in South Africa from now moving forward?
It's a very tricky situation that I find myself in at the moment, you know, and I'll tell you why. I've been a very soulful person, DJ, producer, and I've built this brand around soulful music, right? But I also find myself in a way where I can see what we have done with Bread4Soul. The event property is growing really well. People are being receptive to it. But I've been also doing it for such a long time. And at this moment, I find myself thinking, how could I actually grow bigger than this? You know, or do I need to be staying at the same sound? Do I need to incorporate other sounds in this, you know? And so myself and my wife have been talking about this a lot, and we've decided to form a duo that will kind of dissociate from the soulful brands that we have built.
Really?
Yeah, and predominantly it's just to try and get into other spaces without diluting those brands that we've built, you know, but creating something new that can fit into other spaces like what you guys do here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm now interested in this new brand. Does it have a name? Has it launched?
No, we haven't launched yet.
Yeah.
But we do have a name. It's called Love and House.
Love and House. Ah, man, that's beautiful, man. That's amazing. All right.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Bread4Soul sessions. Let's
Yeah.
start there because I mean, I've attended one of your events. It was
Yeah.
an amazing experience. The energy is top tier. The experience is top tier from when you get in. The only thing that I have a problem with your events, my man, is the whole thing of selling out and not having space for anyone else. We get there and it's like packed, and I'm just like, hey, it's not a bad thing, but what must we do now?
Hey, man. Hey, bro.
Yeah.
It's a blessing in disguise. You know, like, it's a
True.
blessing and a
But the
curse.
energy is so comfortable. It was like one of those events I can actually stand in the crowd and feel very comfortable, clean, very matured. It's nice, man. What inspired the Bread4Soul sessions, and was it coming from the experience of your broadcasting journey?
I would say a part of it, I mean, experience is experience, you know, like the things that you do here with this podcast and what you're building here in 10 years' time are going to lead you into something else, you know, and the experience obviously counts for something. So I would say being part of a production house did help me in terms of being able to organize being able to be professional and put together a team and lead the team, and I've been fortunate to have so many good people working with me on this thing. It's not a one-man show, and you can tell, like, I'm not stressed at the event, bro. Like, most of the time I'm like, once my part is done, I'm chilling probably the whole event, because I've got other people who have entrusted to handle other things, but we've been wanting to do it for such a long time, me and my wife, because the podcast, we started as a mixed podcast. So we've been doing mixes for like 10 years, since 2012.
Nice.
Doing just DJ mixes every month.
Yeah.
And that grew into Bread4Soul Convos, which we did during...
That was during lockdown.
During
Yeah, I
lockdown,
remember.
different
You guys had
interviews
black
with
coffee.
artists.
And if once I've said black coffee, everyone else also.
That's so
That was
true.
dope.
That's so
That
true.
was dope.
So we did that. And then the next step was, to do an event, just to have the experience of having something tangible that people can get,
Was the first event after COVID?
Yeah.
Were you not anxious about hosting that event when you decided that this is what I'm going to do?
Yeah, bro, we were. Hey, I
Nah?
mean, we were spending so much money on this thing.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
know if it's gonna work,
True.
if you're gonna get the support. But it was amazing to see the kind of support that we got. Especially the first event. I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
No?
Amazing. Yeah.
Ah, man, massive shout out to you. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm inspired a lot by a lot of your moves. I remember, it was part reason I went to the event. Firstly, the lineups are always dope. Always dope.
100%, yeah.
How do you decide on the lineups?
So we've got a way we curate the lineup now. It's a criteria that we go through.
What's the criteria? No, we're learning.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can't share all of it because some people will be like, but you said this, whatever, put you to it. But we've got a few things that we look for.
Don't compromise on. Yeah.
We don't compromise on, right? And the first thing is that with a lot of events within our scene, within, let me say, the deep house, soulful house scene,
Yeah.
a lot of events, we decided to not have more than one legend. We don't want to have more than one legendary DJ, on the lineup. That's one thing. So we'll pick one and then we'll build from that.
Okay.
And another one of the criteria is that we want to have like a 30 to 50% female.
Hey, yeah, that one is important.
On the lineup,
Yeah,
I mean, like, besides the attendance, we would love to have more females on the
lineup.
on
Yeah.
that. But on the lineup itself, we want to have at least 30 to 40 or to 50% sometimes
Nice.
females on the lineup.
Yeah.
That's just the two that I will mention.
Nah? Was that your wife's idea?
Of course. I mean, I was like, yeah, I'm there. It has to happen.
Nice, man. Nice. All right. Let's touch a bit on Love and House.
Yeah.
Is it Love and House?
It's Love and House.
Love and House. All right, man. You married, you got lucky, you got a beautiful, talented lady on your side. So I wanna just go into that, right? Because I personally don't ever think I could date in the same industry. I don't know. Before you got into, was she a DJ when you met her?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she was a DJ.
Okay.
She had been playing for a couple of years. Actually, I think the first time we had some kind of interaction was at a gig,
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what is it like? What are there certain challenges that you will find there that are specific to dating a DJ as a guy? Because we know the female perspective of dating a DJ, all the things they say, But what is it like for you, the experience? Is it different to dating a normal, regular lady, or are there special qualities about it?
Well, besides the music part, I will say this, like dating a hot woman.
Yeah.
In the beginning, like guys are all looking.
All
you
the
could be
time.
working with your girlfriend. Guys will look. You know what I mean? And I mean, there's DMs. People will try their luck and stuff like that.
Even now,
all the
it won't
time.
stop.
Right?
Okay,
it's not gonna stop. I mean, like, but this used to bother me in the beginning. Of our relationship. I was still young. I mean, we've been together for like 7 years now, 8 years. So it's been some time.
Nice.
And
married how long?
We've been married for like 2 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Congrats.
Yeah, we've been married for 2 years. Honestly speaking, on the real, like, I've been quite blessed because my woman understands the industry that I'm in, like we get each other, it's easy to travel. We get to spend a lot of time together because you find in a lot of relationships, when you are as busy as you are, as you can be, and someone is maybe a corporate person and they are busy in their lane, you can find yourself spending a lot of time apart. Sometimes that creates gaps in the relationship. But I mean, it differs from people to people, But for us, I think it really works well because we enjoy spending time together. We're almost all the time on the road together, attending gigs. If I'm not playing, I'm attending her gigs. If she's not playing, she's doing the same for me,
That's dope.
So it's really cool, yeah.
That's dope. That's dope, man. Hey, Chachile Kanyala, now I can't even have that experience.
Teach her how to DJ.
I should, but hey, she likes things that one. So maybe she's fine, she's wanting to be a potential housewife then. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
All good.
All right, let's just run a quick game now, and then we're gonna jump into your music. So it's just random. I'm just gonna want you to finish the sentences.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And do not take too long, because if you take more than 5 seconds to answer, we're going to put a shot on your table.
Hey.
And then after, you're going to have to take all of those shots. I don't even know if you drink. I've never seen you drink, but hey. So the most iconic DJ set I've ever witnessed was played by?
Kerry Chandler.
Kerry Chandler, nice. One house song I could make love to?
Torture Soul. I could make love to. Oh, that night.
That night.
Casanova.
All right, Casanova. Dope. That's one shot. All right. One of the best remixes are?
I would say Louis Vega's remix for Curtis Mayfield for a song called Superfly. It's actually what won him a Grammy Award.
Serious?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right. Dope. A DJ my wife is obsessed with.
A DJ my wife is obsessed with. FKA Mesh.
FKA Mesh.
He came to our event, he played Bread4Soul. Man, this guy almost killed us. I'm telling you. Oh my God.
Because you guys played right after. I remember that's the one I attended. Yeah, you played right after he said.
Yes. Yeah, no, it was amazing.
That was dope. It was dope. That was dope. I'm going to jump into your music now.
Cool.
Why do you not release as much as I somehow believe you should?
Man, I also want to.
No?
Trust me, I really want to release as much as I can. It's just the process, man. It takes so long, my process. Yeah. And I've been working on changing a few things with regards to how I work. But I mean, like, sometimes it is what it is, life gets into the way. Sometimes you focus on Bread4Soul. Sometimes it's this, and like things get in the way, man, But this year, when I say this year, I mean like 2023, there's a couple of releases already like lined up. I played one actually on my set.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope.
So
nice.
that's coming out soon. Yeah.
Nice. Some exclusive in the house. That's dope, man. Your latest offering was Don't Give Up, I believe, with Brian Temba, ne?
Yes.
Why are you always working with Brian Temba? Because it's not the first or the second time you've worked with him.
Yeah. No, man.
What is special about him?
Brian is a brother, man. He's such a good singer, but like he's a good person too. I like working with people where there isn't many hassles, to get to recording a song. It's like there's no egos. It's like, it's just music. We're getting in there. Spanish Shapiwa, and such a good singer too. Yeah.
I've got you. So then also you dropped an album. If I'm not mistaken, 2017.
Yeah.
2017, you dropped Moving Circles.
Yeah.
I kept trying to figure out why the title. I listened to Circles. Amazing song, man. That's a dope song. But why did you title the whole album Moving Circles?
I think at the time, I viewed life as something that's kind of like, even when you are moving, you kind of like going back to the same place. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe I've been too deep. But like, I find that, let's say you wanna, like where I am right now, I've started producing a bit of Afro house,
Really?
but I still find myself being super soulful about it. So it's kind of like you're moving, but you are kind of going, it's a circle, but like you're moving, but you're in the same place.
I've got you.
You get
I've
what I
got you.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Like
keeps coming back.
You'll always be yourself, basically. You'll always come back to being yourself, no matter how much you move.
Away from it or try bring in new
Yeah.
things. I've got you. While you touched on that, because I'm not going to say your set was Afro. Sometimes I don't even categorize these things anymore. I just go by how I feel about things.
Yeah.
Your set was amazing. We have a debate in this very room about Afro and Deep House.
Yeah.
I keep telling people that I want to see if you believe the same thing. I keep telling people that Deep House is far more in the DNA of every South African than Afro House is. And I don't think Afro House can get to a certain level because of how much more influenced it is by international sounds and how much I personally feel as though the sound is more global than, a South African thing. Do you feel the same? And what's your verdict on that?
That's a interesting question. I think that nobody really knows what style of music is going to be received how. Times always change, and the people always tell you what they want to hear. And
True.
People could be liking something now, and in 2 years' time they could be into something else. So I would say my take on this is not to try and think about where we think people are going to be moving towards, but especially as artists, but to think more about what is it that I want to create and hoping that people resonate. You know what I mean? Because you'll never really know like if people are going to jump on it or not. But like, are you always going to be jumping around based on what people want what you think people want from you? You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a dope answer, man. That is a dope answer. And also, it's just being true to yourself, man, and believing that it's in you.
Yeah.
Whatever's best for you is most certainly in you. Bobby, I know you had a 2 cents because you are the one I was specifically talking about.
So on behalf of everyone that's here, I don't think the actual question was it was all about what's bigger in your point of view when it comes to Deep House and Afro in South Africa.
Like right now?
Yeah.
I think that the way I look at it, different places are responding differently to different music. Like and it also depends on what party are you playing. So the guys at Kunye have been doing such a great job deep in the city with Black Coffee and them with regards to Afro House and promoting it anywhere in your city, in Durban, Melon, and Napa. They've been doing like good stuff. You guys are doing dope stuff here to elevate that sound, right? But also this Deep Town Josie, there's Bread4Soul, there's Transmix Soul Sessions, which are all like deep house events, and they've got their own people too, So it's not like who's got a bigger market or not. I think it just depends on where you playing, like where are you, what party is it, and what setting is it. And I'm actually interested now for me to see the two genres almost coexisting.
Yes.
At parties.
Yes.
At gigs. So like having this Afro, having a deep house lineup, maybe sharing the same stage even, and seeing how that translates to people, I
sort of, with what you're saying, I sort of feel as though we are gradually coming to a meeting point. I might also be speaking for myself because Afro is becoming a lot more melodic and they becoming more chilled, my own opinion again. And Deep House is exploring so much more now. Again, my opinion. Do you agree, or what's your...
100%. I would say that like there's a lot of edginess in Deep House.
Yes.
In some Deep House sounds that are coming out, It also elevates, like brings in a certain energy to something that could have been maybe a bit darker or a bit mellow, just like that energy of Afro elements, and similarly vice versa, because I think internationally the energy is so high, and sometimes that same energy doesn't translate locally, right? So I find guys like kind of trying to find a meeting point in between. And like I say, these things could coexist,
True.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm glad that you guys mentioned about the whole synergy between the two genres and stuff. But I've got this perspective of mine that I believe that Afro is in the middle playing the groove, is deep house the side, and is what we call Afro tape on the right hand side, right? And then the Afro part is actually because it's like it's playing that meeting point for both angles. You understand? So I don't know. Am I the only one that feels like that's actually playing a big role? Like for example, if you can listen to the deep house guys, they adding a bit of Afro into their element. I wish I could mention names, but I can't think of.
The Chronicle Deeps, FKA Mesh, they
Yeah.
I feel like those are the names that are like there in the middle.
Then you find on the Afro tech side, it's guys that have been doing what I believe was that international market sound, and they come in with a bit of Afro into it. That's where the Afro tech plays a bit of role, but now it's coming more on the Afro side, like the likes of your what you call Taxen and etc. Don't you think that Afro is actually now becoming the growing underdog that's bringing two sides together?
I think you're right. You know, in a sense that Afro house, let me say, there's some guys who are doing Afro house that you could play here locally and you could also play internationally, you know, like it kind of fits because it has that, like those elements we're talking about. But honestly speaking, I try not to overthink about the music from an artist point of view, you know, because as soon as I overthink, now I'm starting to get into like, maybe this might not be, you know, like for me now it's like, okay, let me just do what I think I want to do. And if I'm exposed enough to an international market, maybe there'll be more energy of that sound you know, spilling into my music. But I tried honestly not to make it an intellectual decision. You know what I mean?
I've got you.
Yeah.
You love adding horn sounds to your music. What is that about? Like there's a trumpet, there's a saxophone.
Yeah.
I haven't heard a flute, but like you are always there. What's your fixation on those sounds?
It's from a jazz background, really. So I grew up listening to a lot of jazz, following a lot of jazz artists, and it's just the thing that I like to do, you know. And it's like when I remember when I was doing moving circles, I was listening to a lot of Bekim Seleku, and he's a pianist, but his albums had a lot of horn influences, and you know that kind of translated and molded my production style.
I've got
And
you.
That's what I like to do.
Nice. My phone's back on, so we can just carry on with a few more gaming questions.
Cool,
ne?
cool.
Then we'll carry on. So, the one DJ my wife is obsessed with, FKA Mesh. One DJ I'd love to smoke a joint with.
A joint. You know what? I think black coffee.
Oh, yes. Imagine the conversation.
Oh,
It would be crazy,
it
right?
would slap, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like I had a on my podcast, I was meant to do like an hour. I had an hour, you know, with black coffee, and I was fortunate. But
yeah.
we ended up talking for like almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because the conversation was so long and there was so much other things to get out of him, you know. And can you imagine, this was like 2020. So now, on top of a joint, we need
I
like
can
4
imagine.
hours.
Yeah. All right. Most embarrassing moment at an event.
Most embarrassing. Okay, so last year, this almost killed me. I had my DJ bag and I was with a few friends of mine.
Yeah.
I had about maybe 30 minutes before I played. So there's a boy of mine who likes to carry my things, you know. And okay, cool. This guy's carrying my stuff. 10 minutes before my set, this guy's nowhere to be found. This is a big gig. It's packed.
Which gig is this?
This was a Jameli gig. And I'm playing after Kelvin Momo.
Yes, like, yeah.
And Gogo is playing after me.
That's rocking there.
It's rocking, my man. This guy's nowhere to be found, bro. Hey, I had to look for like borrow USBs from people.
Are you serious?
Headphones. I'm telling you. So there's a guy who, like, luckily I knew someone, gave me his USBs and headphones. But luckily after my first song, the guy arrived. I
Yay.
went to buy something. He doesn't know what
I'm
I
sure he
was
was fired from there.
Oh,
Never
my
saw him again.
goodness. Yeah. So, yeah.
Ah, no, massive. That's dope. That's dope. One song I've been listening to for over 10 years.
Over 10 years.
Consistently.
Consistently. So this is 2023. Take Me to My Love.
Oh, yes. Oh, what a
Yeah.
classic. What a classic.
Yeah.
Do you remember where you were when you heard it the first time?
Yes. We actually had an event in Mafikeng. So I booked Ralph Gum for his album launch.
Nice.
And Monique Bingham was part of the lineup too. So you can imagine.
So you had them together, and that's the first time you had.
Imagine.
Yo.
No, I'm lying. That was the first time I had it in a club setting, But like, because I work a lot with Ralph, I had it before, the song was out and stuff. But in a performance, that was the first time.
Nice. Another artist that I witnessed. What did I witness there? No, there was the next Bread4Soul sessions. Monique being a brilliant
Amazing.
performer, man.
Amazing.
Hey guys, just buy tickets. When they say Bread4Souls, Elipad is always quick out. That's already an indication, man. Man, dope events. Leave your USB sticks with us today or do a TikTok challenge.
TikTok challenge.
Come on, can't be that bad. But no, we heard you, sis. We understand. All right, fashion or cars?
Fashion.
Of course. Bass or keys?
Bass.
Bass. Oh, dope. All right. No, soft. You've got 2 shots waiting for you right after the interview. But you did well, man. You did well. All right. So I wanted to also ask, Nam, the music that you produce, do you have co-producers or is it always you making your own music?
I work with a lot of people, even like, for example, my album, I had Tandin Tuli as a co-producer almost throughout the album. And the next album, there's a boy I'm working with, The Bless. I always play with him at Bread4Soul. He plays keys. So I never work alone, man. Like, there's always other people involved.
Yeah. All right. In your career, are there mistakes that you've made that you would, if you could have the chance, you'd go back and fix? And what are those mistakes so other people can learn from them?
Yeah, I think, well, firstly, I have to say this, I am learning from those mistakes. So I don't know if I would avoid not doing them.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
But I would encourage guys to really invest in their craft. So like spend as much of your money back into what you are doing, whether it's buying studio stuff, whether it's paying musicians to come in and work with you, anything that helps elevate your career, I would advise you to spend more money on it. I'm only saying this because there was a point where I bought too many sneakers.
Serious?
I'm saying like way too many.
Doc, can you just put your sneaker there on there? Look at that. Look at the sneaker game, guys. Quick. There's the camera. Of course. I mean, he did say he's still learning.
Listen, I'm older now, so I'm no longer buying like 4 sneakers in a month, which used to be the case.
Serious? Every week it was you?
Every month, like 4 sneakers. And I thought it was just about being cool, but like I learned this money could have been better spent.
All right, dope, man. You are a Grootman yourself, and you've spent more time with even more Grootmans, just to name a few, like Ralph Gam, Christos, Bravini Da Vinci. What lessons have you learned from them?
So all of these guys are really good human people. Like, they're good human beings. They are first human, before they are superstars.
Nice.
And that's the lesson. It's about humility, really. Like, no matter how big these guys have gotten, they've sold how many records, they've played everywhere, but they're still humble enough to be decent to everyone. And I think that's something that the younger generation, myself included, all of us need to learn.
True.
Yeah.
Very, very true. Oh, yeah. Very, very true. Especially that other genre. I will not mention names. All right. So you did say that you've been married 2 years now, and as a musician, because I'm soon to get married too, right? Are there songs that you remember specifically from the wedding that made your day?
So before we went to get married, we had been playing Sade's Kiss of Life for like the longest time. The longest time. And that was our wedding song. Like we still play it to date. And I think on the house thing, we played Blaze, I Found Love.
Nice.
Like a classic, you know.
I found love. Nice. All right. Sorry, did you treat your wedding planning as an event?
100%. We had a lineup, you know.
You had a lineup.
We had Ralph Gum, we had Christos, Vinny was there, Lady Sake, Saps. We had
that's dope.
we had like a proper.
We're making people pay.
No, I wanted to, you know, like my wife was like, nah, come on, this is the wedding, you know. I'm telling you. That was, could have been an event on its own, yeah.
Dope, man. You're a busy guy. I don't want to waste your time. Just closing off, there's a lot of people that look up to you. What words of motivation do you have for them to keep on keeping on?
I would say like never stop learning and growing. I can't emphasize that enough, you know, like sometimes you get to where you've been praying that you wish to be. And once you get there, a lot of guys become complacent. You know, it's very easy to become complacent because you've been wanting this thing. Now you have it. But as soon as you get to that level, there's always other levels, you know. So that's why I'm like, never stop learning, never stop growing. And like there's always a guy coming after you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So never stop working.
Keep the pressure. All right, massive shout out, man. His name is Sir LSG. If you haven't checked it out, do click over here. That's where his mix is. And next week, of course, same time, same place, we're here, AJ's house.